Hey guys, welcome to the What If Toph Became the Avatar video series. This is a series where I do a retelling of the Avatar The Last Airbender story, but instead of Aang being the Avatar, in this story, it is Toph. Can Toph save the world the same way Aang did, or will she fail miserably? This is part 5 of the series, and in my opinion, the best one so far. If you haven't seen parts 1, 2, 3, or 4, I would highly recommend that you either go back and watch part 1, or you can start the series off from part 2 and watch the recap. Or, if you just don't care, you can start from here. It's up to you. Let's get into the video. We are going straight to the Fire Nation, commands Zuko. We are not stopping anywhere. I am going to deliver the Avatar to my father, and then I will finally be accepted back into the Fire Nation. Zuko is overwhelmed with happiness because he has finally succeeded in his mission. Toph lay unconscious underneath the deck of the Fire Nation ship inside of a cage. Her hands and feet are cuffed together. When she regains consciousness, the first thing she thinks about are her parents. She wishes she hadn't gotten angry with them. They were really strict, but who cares, thinks Toph. Ultimately, they just wanted what was best for me. If there was some way I could see them again, I would apologize and tell them that I love them. Ah, so you're finally awake. Seems like my punch really hurt you, taunts a Fire Nation captain. This cage is made of metal, laughs Toph. You know I can just bust out of here anytime I want, right? You're free to leave if you can, but once you exit the ship, you're just gonna drown. There's nothing but water surrounding us, and we're not stopping this time. You are gonna meet the great Fire Lord Ozai. I'm happy to meet him. Now I don't need to go looking for him. I can just beat him up now. You think you could defeat the all-powerful Ozai? There's no one in this whole world that can defeat him. We will see about that, smirks Toph. After a while of traveling, Zuko delivers Toph to his father. I've done it, father. I've captured the Avatar, exclaims Zuko. Ozai is visibly surprised. You have redeemed yourself, son, says Ozai. Welcome back home, Zuko. Zuko is incredibly happy that he is finally able to be acknowledged by his father. A Fire Nation soldier approaches Ozai after he finishes talking to Zuko. Lord Ozai, Princess Azula's body was completely frozen from the battle against the Avatar. We finally were able to break her out of the ice structure. She's in critical condition, but she will survive through it, states the soldier. I don't care about that pathetic weakling anymore, bellows Ozai. There was a time when I thought she would be a useful tool in my empire, but clearly she's pathetic. Zuko, on the other hand, has proven to be a worthy asset. Zuko stands nearby, listening in to the whole conversation. Meanwhile, Toph is being held in the same dungeon where Uncle Iroh was held in the original series. However, for the Avatar, they have created a special holding place. Toph is being held in a wooden cell, and her arms and legs are being restrained by platinum chains. I wonder how Katara and Sokka are doing right now, thinks Toph. During the time period when Toph, Zuko, and the rest of the Fire Nation were traveling back, Sokka and Katara told the Northern Water Tribe about the Day of Black Sun, and came with a plan to infiltrate the Fire Nation. They began to amass a small army like how they did in the original storyline, except this time Pakku calls in members from the White Lotus. So in this storyline, Uncle Iroh, Jiang, and Piandao are joining in on the invasion. King Bumi isn't there because he's still stuck in Omashu. Along with that, Katara and Sokka bring in their father, Haru and his father, and this Mechanist dude. If you are wondering how Sokka and Katara met these people, like I said in part 2, while Team Avatar was traveling to the Northern Water Tribe, they stopped along the way and had similar side adventures like they did in the original series. I just didn't feel the need to go into each and every one because I thought it would be incredibly boring and repetitive. You ready, Katara? Asks Sokka. I have noticed that you've been practicing your waterbending. That's right, smiles Katara. I have to be strong if I want to save Toph from the Fire Nation. Sokka frowns. Katara, I think we need to accept the possibility that Toph might be dead by now. She's alive, Sokka. There's no way Toph would die that easily. She will live through this. I sure hope so, thinks Sokka. Lord Ozai, don't you think we should deal with this whole Avatar situation soon? asks a Fire Nation captain. There's no need to rush, smiles Ozai. The Avatar is in our possession. It's time to celebrate. But sir, aren't you going to kill her? Of course I will. We will hold a public execution in 2 weeks. Sir, it's going to be hard to kill the Avatar whilst she's in the Avatar state. On top of that, it's likely the Avatar will choose not to enter the Avatar state because she wouldn't want to risk ending the cycle. What are you going to do then? There's no need to worry, Captain. We don't need to kill the Avatar in the Avatar state. The next element in the cycle is fire anyways, meaning we would end up having the Avatar in our possession regardless. Zuko has spent 1 week in the Fire Nation and is finally treated like a true prince. How's it going so far? Questions May. It's strange, responds Zuko. I'm living the life I always thought I wanted. I'm the perfect prince, and the son my father always wanted. But he's not who I thought he was. I actually thought he was capable of loving someone. Turns out he didn't even love Azula. I thought I would be really happy, but for some reason I'm not. I don't feel like me anymore. I miss my uncle. I feel bad for leaving him behind. I never even tried looking for him. I hope he's okay. 2 weeks pass, and it is finally the day of the public execution. The execution is taking place on a giant stage in front of thousands of people. The crowd is screaming and super hyped for the execution. Toph is at the center of the stage. Her arms and legs are still tied by platinum chains. The announcer walks up to the stage. The day that you have been waiting for has finally arrived, folks, yells the announcer. Today is the day that the evil Avatar will be slain by the mighty Fire Lord. The crowd goes wild with excitement. But first, we must congratulate the man who was able to make it all possible. Give it up for the great Prince Zuko. Zuko smiles in response to the roar of the crowd, but he feels slightly guilty. Even May and Ty Lee are feeling a little weird as well. This public execution seems a bit too cruel, states Ty Lee. Yeah, I agree, responds May. But she did almost kill Azula. Speaking of which, how is Azula doing so far, Zuko? Asks Ty Lee. She's still recovering, replies Zuko. But she'll be back to full strength in a couple of months. Without further ado, please welcome Fire Lord Ozai. Ozai walks on stage with a smile on his face. Are you ready to meet your end, Avatar? Asks Ozai. It's funny, smiles Toph. I thought you were some all-powerful king. If you're really as strong as you say you are, you would fight me in a one-on-one. Don't waste my time, Avatar. Even if you weren't chained up like this, I would still defeat you with ease. Why don't you prove it then? If your weak daughter is a reflection of your strength, then I should be able to defeat you no problem. Ozai laughs. Fine, I'll give you this fight. You know what? This will be more entertaining for the crowd. I'll take it easy on you at first. Guards, please uncuff her. Everyone is taken aback by the Fire Lord's decision, but obviously they're going to listen to him. Now, Toph is obviously a very confident person, but she's also not stupid. She has a lot of battle sense, and she wouldn't take any unnecessary risks. Okay, I've got to defeat the Fire Lord. This is my chance, thinks Toph. But am I going to be able to do it? I have no control over my Avatar state, so I shouldn't rely on that. Plus, if I die in the Avatar state, the cycle is over, and the world will be in more trouble in the future. I've got to beat him without my Avatar state. I can do this. I'm the world's greatest earthbender. Toph begins the fight by bending some of the metal that Ozai is wearing. She uses it to throw him around. Ozai realizes that this is a problem for him and manages to take off the piece of armor before anything bad happens. Wow, so you can metal bend, smiles Ozai. It's a neat trick. Toph shoots out a powerful blast of fire at Ozai, but he obviously deflects it. Toph takes this time to create a giant firewall and sends it towards Ozai. Ozai is actually impressed by the firebending talent, but it pales in comparison to his own, and Ozai is able to get through the wall pretty easily. You're a good firebender, Avatar, but not good enough. Toph realizes that her best bet is to just fight the way she has always fought, and rely solely on earthbending. Being a master of neutral Jing, Toph decides to wait for the Fire Lord to make his move. Using his fire jets, Ozai propels around the stage quickly so that Toph becomes confused with his location. Now in part 3, I said that Toph figured out how to detect attacks in the air, and can now sense where people are even if they're not touching the ground, and she can do this through hearing. Now the issue is, again, that there is a lot of background noise from the crowd, and Toph has not perfected this technique 100% yet. So Toph is still struggling with knowing Ozai's location. However, she's not completely blind to it, like she would have been if she never had the ability in the first place. Ozai attacks Toph with a small fire jab. Luckily, Toph manages to detect it just in time before getting hit. Well done, Avatar, but can you keep going? Ozai hits Toph from multiple angles, and Toph decides to encase herself in an earth tent. I've got you, laughs Ozai. Ozai charges up his lightning incredibly quickly and hits Toph's tent. Her defenses are shattered, and she is badly hurt from the blast of lightning, even though she blocked it. But Toph is not the type of person to give up, so she reorients herself. I'm usually better at fighting at a distance, but with Ozai barely staying on the ground and all this noise, I just can't make out where he is, thinks Toph. My best chance is to get in close. I only have one shot. Toph metal bends the armor that Ozai dropped on the ground and splits it into two unequal parts. She takes the bigger part and sends it flying towards the Fire Lord, and takes the smaller part and wraps around her arm and bends it into a blade. Ozai notices that the big half of the armor is flying towards him and thinks that Toph is trying to encase him in it again. Not this time, Avatar, yells Ozai. Ozai fires a huge blast of fire at the metal and melts it. However, this attack was just a diversion, as Ozai did not notice Toph charging towards him. Toph uses the blade and stabs Ozai in the chest. The crowd is silent. Ozai is shocked. Toph smiles in victory. Did she actually do it? Thinks Zuko. Did she defeat the Fire Lord? I can't believe it. Zuko is shocked at the outcome, but is secretly a little happy. Ozai begins to laugh. I didn't expect you to come forward like that. Well, it was a good try at least. Ozai chokeholds Toph and picks her up. He then throws her on the ground. Toph is astounded by Ozai's strength. He's not dead? I thought I had him, thinks Toph. Say goodbye to this world, Avatar. Ozai charges up his lightning and hits Toph directly with it. Is this the end? Thinks Toph. Did I just lose? I wish I could have done more. It's in Sokka's and Katara's hands to stop this now. I know they can do it. Well, the good news is I'll finally be able to see my parents again. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Sorry for the delay for part 5. The thing with these Toph videos is, although I do enjoy making them a lot, they take longer to make than normal videos because I want to make sure that I spend an adequate amount of time writing them, and I don't want to rush it. Plus, there was 1 week where I couldn't even work on it at all, and unfortunately, the problem is that another week like that is going to be coming up where I won't have any time to work on part 6. I'll try to get it out as soon as possible, but again, I don't want to rush it because I don't want it to turn out bad. On another note, thank you all so much for getting me to 100 subscribers. It means a lot to me, and I'm going to keep grinding and putting out good Avatar content for you all. Once it becomes summer, I should hopefully be able to upload a little more consistently. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 6.